Welcome back, everybody, to the Denver Broncos franchise here in Season 7. Coming out of their bye week, the Broncos take on the Oakland Raiders, and they have a surprise in store today, as they have made the move over their bye to name Nate Sheffield the starting quarterback going forward. The Broncos have began the season 3-2 after winning the Super Bowl a year ago. They moved on from Taquan Layton and brought back Cam Newton, whose play this year has been very up or down, but he has taken a noticeable step back in terms of his overall efficiency. There are a lot of reasons why this offense has not played well this season, but they are looking to make a change now at the quarterback position to see if Nate Sheffield can help raise the level of play. This offense has failed to reach 20 points in 3 games, and in their first loss, most of their points came in garbage time. This offense has not been anywhere close to as good as they were a year ago, and it's not just the passing game. The running game is not a strength of this team, and Donovan Jennings has become very frustrated, and you have to wonder, a week ahead of the trade deadline, if something could be in the works there. The Broncos did get a deal done this week with Norman Proctor. They extend their center for 4 seasons. He has definitely become one of the better players along the offensive line. And when it comes to Nate Sheffield making his debut, we won't have to wait long to see him take the field. Deion Price taking a knee? All right, at the 25, here is number 8 from USF to Denver. 32nd overall pick, Nate Sheffield. First quarterback selected in the draft. By my count, he is the 7th quarterback to start a game for us in this series. The Raiders are showing pressure, and there's some movement here on first down. Looks like this offense will back up. 3 receivers for Denver. It's 1st and 15. Deion Price is the back, and the Nate Sheffield era is officially underway with a completion. Imagine stepping into the starting quarterback job and you get to throw to DeAndre Hopkins. A gain of 9 and throwing on 2nd down. Now he finds Terrell Corville, and there's a look at the quick release of Sheffield. That's one of his greatest strengths. It does not take long for him to deliver the football. Now he's going to dump this off. His 3rd pass attempt is caught, but for no gain by Deion Price. This is not a run-heavy approach here by Denver at all. 2nd and 10. Sheffield is intercepted, and the Raiders will have it in Bronco territory. Philip Newton on the play. He's taken down at the 24-yard line. So it looked like they were just trying to get Sheffield comfortable early, and he throws it right to a defender. There wasn't any pressure. It's just a bad read. And the Raiders take over, short field. With a 2-3 record, the Raiders are looking for a big division win. Toss outside and nowhere to go for Ito Smith. He'll lose 4 yards. The Raiders are coming off a win, 31-15, as Kenny Kessler completes underneath to Austin Bordelon for a short gain. The Broncos do welcome back Eric McKinney this week as the defense gets healthier. And down goes Kessler. He's sacked by Cam Smithson. Back at the 34-yard line. Raiders get on the board first, 3-0 after the Sheffield INT, and now they will run it. This is Price out across the 30-yard line for a gain of 7. Price is coming off his best game in a long time, and this time it's Jennings finding the opening, and he's out to the 44-yard line. That's a gain of 12. We know he's frustrated. Could this be the final game Donovan Jennings plays in Denver? Now Sheffield back to pass, and this time he's on the money for Levi Summers, and that's a short gain. He's spreading the ball around to 4 different receivers. Now Sheffield on 3rd down, rolls outside and heaves one out in front for Levi Summers. This is not where Sheffield's at his best. He is best inside the pocket. So 2 drives in, no points for Denver. Here is Oakland from the 22. Kessler hit again, he's sacked. Eric Palmer, what a year he's putting together. That's 7.5 sacks on the year. That leads the team and also the league. 3rd and long for Kenny Kessler. More pressure, he'll dump it outside, and that's out of bounds for Ito Smith. Great start for this defense. The defense really hasn't been a concern this year. They are ranked number 4 in the league. First down, and Tyrone Houston makes the catch. Now 5 completions to 5 different receivers. Houston getting some more snaps here early on, as Sheffield again rolls away, and no one's open, so here he goes. He does not have the best speed, but can definitely get some yards that are wide open. I'd say he has similar mobility to a quarterback like Kirk Cousins. Here is Price again, and he's up to the 49. Trying to get into a rhythm. 3 receivers for Denver. Here's the pressure. Sheffield floats it. There's Corville, and he's got a first down into Raider territory, chased down by Newton at the 39. Broncos on the move, spreading out the defense on first down as Sheffield steps up, and again he's off the mark. And those are throws that have become a necessary throw to make. You have to make throws out of structure. 3rd and 11. Sheffield climbs again, and this time the Raiders bring him down. It's Princeton Ross. The Raiders front did a lot of damage against us in that first meeting, and they sack Sheffield here. Their offense takes over. Nowhere to go. That's Boogie Turner in the backfield. He might not have the sack numbers quite yet this year, but he's making plays in the run game. 3rd and 13. This is thrown downfield, and Granger gets a hand on it, and that is knocked away. Kessler just 2 of 5 for a single passing yard. Here's Denver once again. It's Price, and that is shut down quickly. Outside of last week, the run game has not looked good at all. 3rd and long. Here's the pressure, and Sheffield delivers, but Hopkins can't hang on, and that brings out the punt team again. 7 of 12 passing, 46 yards, and the interception for Nate Sheffield. It's been a tough start. Raiders run now outside. Ito Smith with a good run to the 37-yard line. Finally something for the Raider offense. Trying the right side this time, and Jack brings down Smith. This defense is healthier with Bradley Chubb and Eric McKinney both back, and the Raiders can't seem to really get anything going as Kessler's just been checking down every time. Denver football once again, out of the eye, and some daylight here. King out in front for Donovan Jennings. He's across the 40-yard line. 30 yards already. That's a really good start, as Jennings has only averaged 2.5 a carry coming in. This time it's the pitch, getting Price outside to midfield, and he'll pick up 8 yards. They have Price deep in the eye again on 3rd down, and he's got the first down this time. Great job up front by this offensive line. I think you got to stick to this running game a bit more than they have. Some play action now. Again, Sheffield outside the pocket. Has a man open, and it looks like he missed him. Corville could not get his feet down. That throw was probably too late. There's been some missed yardage on the field today. Now it's a screen, and there's room for Deion Price as he gets it done once again. This is the role that I had in mind when he was re-signed. He's doing it well. Sheffield from the pocket up top, and Houston's out of bounds. Again, I think that throws a little off the mark. Sheffield has not been sharp. Here's Price now on the screen. That's another first down. It seems that just getting the ball out of his hands as quick as possible is probably the best call right now. They're going back to Jennings. He's got room and tries to go over the top and lost the football. The Raiders take over at the 4, their second takeaway. Jennings had a one-on-one between him and the end zone, and he tried to go over Carl Joseph. That was not the right call. That was a play he did make in the preseason, but not here. Raiders still shutting out Denver as Akinjide brings down Ito Smith. 2nd and 5. Smith again up the middle, and that's going to be close. And it looks like Smith is hurt on the play. He's reaching at his arm, and he's going to come out of the game. And on the field now, that's Matthias Carter, and the second-year back picks up first down yardage. Now, I've been waiting to see him get more chances. I do think he's going to be the running back of their future. He steps in now for Smith. He's going to dash outside and then take on Miles Jack. He picks up a few more. With Carter in the game, I think this is a much more physical running game. But on 3rd and 9, got a throw, and again just dumping off, and Bordelon doesn't get there. Kenny Kessler has a total of 14 yards passing here in the first half. This Raider pass game has not looked good in the 2 meetings we've had, as Sheffield is again off the mark. And that's a throw that you just really cannot miss. 4.5 to go here. Sheffield knocked down. That's impressive coverage, and Sheffield still just does not look all that comfortable. 3rd and long. He'll extend this now outside the pocket, and he's taken down at the 24 by Maurice Hurst. Well, this Bronco offense does not look a lot better. You have to wonder if this was a mistake going to Sheffield. Raiders up 3-0, and there's a good run for Carter, and you can tack on 15 more. Raiders will move out to the 40-yard line, and now it's a split back look, and Kessler throws downfield. There's Gallup. He's a big play waiting to happen, and that's the best play for the Raider pass game, 24 yards. And they are on the edge of field goal range here with 2 minutes to go in the half. A run inside. This time it's Crosby inside the 30, and they're definitely in field goal range now. Their defense has bought them time to find their own footing here as Kessler's given time, and this is caught inside the 10. Lil Jordan Humphrey, and it's the Broncos calling their first timeout now. There's still 1:23 left to go. Kessler, time to throw, dumps it to Crosby, and he's wrestled down at the 10-yard line. That is a loss. And the Broncos continue to use their timeouts. They want to get one more drive. 3rd and goal now. Kessler's got time. He'll throw it to the end zone, and Akinjide gets a hand on it, deflecting that pass and forcing a kick. Still no touchdowns, not much scoring here in the first half, as Sheffield will start another drive, and now we'll see this offense with some tempo. Sheffield completes the Corville for a gain of 8. 2nd and 2, and this is knocked down. 20 passes into his debut. Sheffield's at just 80 yards. 3rd and short. Sheffield does find Hopkins, but there is a flag on the play. And that little conversion is not going to count. Now it's going to be a 3rd and 11. They'll spread out the defense again. Oliver checks in. Pressure sent and picked up. Here's Hopkins. He has room to run and picks up the first down before heading out of bounds at the 44. With no timeouts, the Broncos still have to use the sideline. They're down to 24 seconds. Rolling away now. No one's open. Here's Sheffield taking off for a short gain, maybe 5 yards or so. And the Broncos are down to 19 seconds. Bashawn Wright checks in. Sheffield under duress, rolling and throwing away. 13 seconds to go. Can the rookie help get this offense in scoring range? Sheffield protected, throws outside, nice catch by Wright, and he did not get out of bounds. And that is going to bring this half to an end. The Denver Broncos make a quarterback change and have no points to show for it. Was starting Sheffield a mistake? There is a big development this year in the AFC West. The Kansas City Chiefs are actually playing well. This is an interesting stat line here. We're going to go through it after the game is over, but the Chiefs won on Thursday Night Football. They do have some injuries that are going to affect that team moving forward, and we don't play them again until Week 17. Let's get the second half underway. Nice grab by Humphrey. This team, again, played it super safe in the first half, but now it seems that things are opening up for Kenny Kessler. Up 6-0, Kessler finds Laquan Treadwell, and that might be a 1-yard gain. We haven't seen Baraka Frederick, who gave this offense a boost when he played in the prior meeting. And on 3rd down, again, the check down does nothing for Oakland, and it's a quick drive. Nate Sheffield now beginning his third quarter of action. He did not have a great first half, but does find a wide open DeAndre Hopkins here for a gain of 19. Maybe after the first half, they can start to figure out how to get him a bit more consistent. Time to throw on first down, and there's Corville with the catch. Nice job. 2 quick completions to his top 2 wideouts, and now in Raider territory, they go under center. Jennings brought down in the backfield, and that is a loss of 3. McIntosh on the stop. Here's a long third down, 4 wide in the game for Denver. Sheffield with time running out, he is sacked. That's Clelin Ferrell. And this offense still has a big 0 on the scoreboard. Colby Wadman set to punt this one away. And they're going to let it go. And Wadman does it again, pinning the Raiders at the 4-yard line. How important to this team has Wadman been? A little motion here, but not fooling the Broncos at all. Carter will lose a couple yards. Raiders just trying to avoid a safety here, and that's the value of a great punter. This drive was essentially a throwaway for Oakland. They had nothing to really do there. So it's good field position now for Denver. Sheffield over the middle. It's Summers. And that's close to a first down with McIntosh going down. He will be helped off the field. 3rd down and 1. It is Jennings on the carry, trying to cut across, and he has enough to move the chains. There's a gain of 7. But with the new set of downs, they'll go back to Dion Price, and there's a big opening. Price dashes inside the 25. There's 13 yards. The combination of these 2 backs is working today. This time, it's a fake and a good throw from Sheffield. Corville hangs on at the 15. Now they're starting to look like an NFL offense. Here's Price inside the 10. 7 carries for 45 yards. He's showing he can handle this rushing volume. 2nd and goal, running it. Jennings can't get into the end zone. He stopped at the 1. 3rd and goal, Denver. They do have 2 receivers, but run again, and this time it's even worse. Maurice Hurst in the backfield, and the Broncos are stopped, and they will not go for it. At least Denver is on the board, but still, it's been a game of field goals. Carter grinds out a tough 4-yard gain, and we are almost to the 4th quarter with 9 combined points. Kessler on 3rd down, throws into traffic, and that's an outstanding grab by Austin Bordelone. That will take us to the 4th quarter. Raiders to the air on 1st down, wide open, Bordelone across midfield, and that is another Raider 1st down. Ball now at the Denver 46-yard line, and Kessler will throw it again, this time to Humphrey, and that looks to be about 9 yards. The hard count from Kessler, it worked. Free play here. Kessler's going to air it out, and Charles knocks it down, but the offsides by Bradley Chubb will move the chains. Everybody in tight. This is Carter with daylight. He's taken down inside the 25, averaging 4 yards a carry. Broncos load the box, and the Raiders go play action. Kessler on target, and into the end zone. It's a touchdown. Bradley Benedict. His first career touchdown catch has put the Raiders in front by 2 scores. And he was matched up with Damian Charles. You expect Charles to make a play there, but the Raiders now up by 9. And the extra point is blocked by Tommy Jordan. So the Raiders will not make it a 10-point game. But Denver now needs the touchdown, and they don't have one yet. 12-3. Pressure on the rookie. Sheffield fakes and has the completion, but a flag is down. And this is coming back. Holding against Mac Hillhouse. They're still spreading out this defense. There goes Price. Pressure through the middle, and it's floated to Tyrone Houston. 3rd down here for the Broncos. Has to be 4-down territory. Danny Heath in to protect. He picks up the blitz perfectly. Sheffield across the middle. There's Houston. First down, Broncos. And that's a big throw out of structure by Nate Sheffield. Pretty tough one, too. Second down, over the middle, caught by Danny Heath. Up to the 34-yard line. Going hurry up here to save time. 3 receivers in the game. Sheffield overthrows Vashawn Wright, who was wide open. It's another miss. And here comes Rory Haylett-Swinton. They will take their chance to get points. 51-yard try. Rory knocks this through, and it's a 12-6 game. And that puts pressure on this defense. You can't allow points. Can they get the stop? Ito Smith back in the game. Jukes out Jamari Akinjide. And I think that he must be feeling well if he can pull that off. 6.5 on the clock. Smith inside. Wrapped up by Darnell Savage. He didn't get it. And the Broncos do get a 3 and out. That is a big stop. Keeping time on the clock. It's Price with a dash. Finding the opening. First down, Dion Price. That cut, unreal. Under 5 to go. Here's Sheffield. He has a man open. Josh Oliver with running room. Down the sideline to the 10 and taken down. 51 yards to Josh Oliver. It's his first catch of the game. And what a time to come through with that kind of a play. Goal to go at the 3. It's Jennings on the stretch, and he's in! Touchdown! Denver ties the game at 12, and they can take the lead with the extra point. The Broncos complete a 9-point comeback. And now, up by 1. Can Denver stop Kenny Kessler and this Raider offense? 3.5 minutes on the clock. Empty backfield. Kessler completes. Bordelon gets 8 yards. He's been getting a lot of targets here late in the game. 3rd and 2. Smith will get the first down. He's stopped by Jamari Akinjide at the 38. Clock ticking down to 2:21. Time for Kessler. Has a man open. That's caught by Bordelon. You have to know where he's at. Kessler's looking his way almost every play. Down to 2 minutes. Again to the air on first down. A short one caught by Benedict. That's 4 yards. Oakland still keeping up the tempo. They don't necessarily have to, but they will on second down. And again the catch is made. Even with Savage all over him, that's Bordelon. Oakland now in control on first down. Pressure arriving. Kessler throws this one away with 1:13 left to go. But the Raiders are already in field goal range. At the 23, it's a fake. Kessler's got time. Outside and knocked away. That's McKinney. He had a chance to pick that one off. 3rd down now for Oakland. They'll keep it on the ground. Carter across the 20 to the 17. And a timeout called by Denver. But they've created a very makeable field goal. Vegas Ackerman from 34 yards out has put the Raiders back in front. But the blocked extra point still looms large. The Raiders lead by 2. And the Broncos have to answer in 55 seconds. Nate Sheffield, the pressure is on. Rolling outside, back across his body, he's got Hopkins. Timeout Denver at the 39. They still have 1 remaining. 4 receivers in the game for the Broncos. Good protection. Short here. Corville to the 46. And they will not use their timeout, and that's costing them precious time. 19 seconds to go. Sheffield outside, and Hopkins makes the catch. I'm not quite sure how, but it's first down. 17 seconds to go. 2 receivers line up left. Sheffield from the pocket throws for Hopkins, and he makes the catch at the 33. He didn't get out, so Denver will use their timeout with 3 seconds to go. DeAndre Hopkins is simply incredible. He has set the Broncos up. Now, before the bye week, Rory Haylett-Swinton missed a field goal before the end of regulation. Now, a chance to win the game from 50 yards. This kick is good, and the Broncos are back in the win column this week. 16-15, and they're 4-2 on the season. What a win for the Broncos. It was not pretty, but they got the job done late when it mattered. Nate Sheffield helped drive the team down, and DeAndre Hopkins just continues to make catches that you'd think would be impossible. He does this over and over again, and that's why he's one of the best to ever do it. What would we do without DeAndre Hopkins? Probably not win this football game. But there you go, everybody. The first start in the career of Nate Sheffield, and the beginning of the game was not good. First off, all they did right away was bring out these heavy blitz looks, and I had to audible out of like everything I was doing. When teams show blitz, I tend to look for quick passes. I don't really want to even run the ball and have players shooting gaps and getting stops for loss. I usually just audible to throws, and that led to us starting out really pass heavy. And when I saw how bad it was in the second half, I made a conscious effort to get us a lot more touches for Jennings and Price, and I'm glad the running game was pretty good today. I don't like how he played in the first half. I mean, Sheffield wasn't playing to his strengths there, and a lot of those throws were just not very good. I think that he could have thrown for 400 yards today if his accuracy was just better. But that's going to be part of the process here, trying to get his accuracy up and to become a more consistent passer. But that is game number 1. What did you think of it? Now, we're still behind Kansas City. They are 5-1. At first, I was wondering if Mahomes got hurt in this game because he didn't throw the ball a ton. They just didn't have to. They ran the ball pretty well, and they did so with their third-string running back. Benny Huggins and David Montgomery are both hurt right now. They're also missing Lamar Williams. So enter Trey Gunter, the rookie running back who got most of their production today and did a pretty good job as well. He'll be their starter now, it looks like, for a little bit. Indianapolis, they are our next opponent. They're coming off a win over Arizona despite Kyler Murray throwing for 4 touchdowns. And this is a team that I think will want to test our run defense as much as possible with Jashawn Warfield. Looks like Devin Funchess is having a pretty good season for them. And then Atlanta. Taquan Layton had a pretty good game, and the Falcons get back in the win column. I think they're now 3-3 or 4-3. This is more of what I expected from them, though. I thought they'd be pretty good with Taquan Layton, but they have been missing Calvin Ridley for much of the year. Somehow Josh Rosen is leading the NFL in passing yards, and it's not even particularly close, but perhaps it's his best season since becoming a Detroit Lion. And then Ezekiel Elliott. He's trying to put up like Derrick Henry's high school numbers. 8 yards a carry in the NFL? Excuse me? Receiving, Jamison Crowder is actually leading the Colts, so perhaps they'll have a good challenge for us. Most teams have not challenged us much with their offense, and now we're back at full strength, and I thought we played well for most of today. But when it came to Austin Bordelon, we had some big issues. I do think the Colts offense will be tougher, but we'll just have to see. There are a lot of teams this year that I thought would be a little bit better against us, but teams keep playing it safe against us in the first half, and I don't quite get it. They open things up later on, and it gets better. That's been the trend lately anyway. But the Colts have 2 players over 400 yards receiving. They have a good running game behind Jashawn Warfield, so I am very much looking forward to this game. They are missing their star defensive tackle, Garrett Brewer, and I know he is really good. Now, I wanted to look around the league for some other injuries, and there are some teams with some really big ones, and then some teams that have a lot of injuries. One that caught my attention. In Tennessee, Anthony Hampton tore his PCL. He is done for the season, and that means Jason Slaughter has become the starting running back for the Titans. He so far has put up solid numbers, nothing astronomical like he did at Nebraska. But keep in mind, the Titans are on the schedule this year, and it looks like we'll face Jason Slaughter week 15. But next up, we take on Indianapolis, and we'll try to keep pace here with the Chiefs, who are out in front in the West. That is it for today, everybody. Hope you enjoyed the episode. Hopefully we can play a lot more consistent next time, but that second half was a lot of fun. Please leave a like and subscribe to the channel, and leave your feedback down below. What do you think of Nate Sheffield? Have a great day, everybody. I'll see you next time.